Hello everybody, I'm Travis Edrington. I'm with JessLee. What's the earliest memory of music?
Very, very young. I actually had grandparents who they were touring musicians, and they've been singing to me and playing music in the house. Since I was born. So probably honestly when I was in my mom's belly.
How do you decide which music to make into music videos?
I like music videos that tell a story, and I also wanted to choose songs that I thought that my audience was gonna really enjoy. So like Burn, it was perfect to me because it was a fun, upbeat song. I really thought a lot of people would love the song, and I wanted to put something out that would also be like fun visually. So what was cool about Burn was it actually was a true story for me, and I just kind of embellished it. I obviously didn't have like 300 photos in the back of my truck, but for drama and dramatic purposes, it was a lot of fun, and it was just basically something that I would think that my audience would enjoy watching. So that's usually why I try to pick something for a music video.
What has been your biggest challenge as an artist?
I think the biggest challenge, especially for indie artists, is always the promotional side of stuff. Just trying to do things as big as you can with the budgeting that you have and the team that you have, and that's always like the biggest thing. So it's been really great as my team's been growing more and more. We've been able to do more and more, and it's just a matter of being patient and working your way towards a bigger goal continually.
How do you handle criticism from fans?
On The Voice, you had to be able to handle criticism really well. We were working with coaches behind the scenes throughout the entire period of months that I was there. And the thing about criticism, there's a way that someone can talk to you that's constructive. And I've always been able and fortunate to be able to be around people who constructively give me suggestions on things. So I am super open to criticism. I know what I know, and I'm confident in what I know, and then I also know that I'm not perfect, and if you're not growing, then you're stagnant. So I'm great with criticism.
How was your time on The Voice when you were on there?
My time was great. I had a lot of fun. I made some lifetime friends. It was definitely a good time, and it was something that it came to me so sporadically that I really didn't know I was going to end up doing it that year. But when I had the decision to go on the show, I was very happy that I decided to.
What's the most rewarding part of your job?
When you can touch people with your music. Of course, it's great to sing like the occasional cover here and there, but when someone walks up to me and they said that your song really resonated with me, that's a really beautiful feeling to know that, something that I could feel and write was able to be shared with other people, and it, was able to make them feel a certain way too. So.
What is one thing that your parents did great and one thing that your parents didn't do so well?
Well, I didn't have a relationship with my father, and I'm super open about that. It's one of the reasons why I started the Strong program was, I went through having some abuse from my father to being completely estranged to him passing away, actually within a year, I think now. But it's otherwise I've been able to develop a extremely, extremely strong relationship with my mom. She's my best friend in the whole world, so it's been good with her.
You mentioned the Strong program. What is that?
The Strong program is my program where I go into schools and I talk to students about being true to themselves, loving who they are, and being able to be in touch with their higher being and their spiritual side, and just being able to radiate who they are fearlessly and live out their purpose in life.
So is that why when you were on The Voice, you went to your old middle school and spoke with some of the students there?
I did. I had actually gone to, I think, 3 different schools that day, and it started with my middle school, and it was just so cool seeing the teacher that I had known, obviously going there, that taught music, and the band teacher that had known me, and it was a really, really just rewarding feeling being with these children who love music, and they were able to see that I was someone from their town going on and making a team for On The Voice.
What advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about going into the music industry?
Patience, something that I struggle with all the time, being able to understand that there's just things that are going to take time, and a lot of that is just you being able to be in front of people, and sometimes there's no reason why someone might not want to give you a chance, but it's just, you have to kind of earn your way through and just keep going. If you really love music and you're in it for the right reasons, it's just being able to have the patience and the determination to keep going.
What kinds of questions did the students ask you?
They asked me tons of different questions. A lot of them asked me if I worked out. A lot of them asked me what got me started in music. A lot of them asked me what my favorite song to sing was, why I picked country music. A bunch of professional and personal questions they wanted to know. After I'd come back into the school, they wanted to know why I picked Blake. So I actually initially went in before anyone had known what team I had been on and before it was announced to America. So they were all obviously trying to ask me if they could hear who it was early, but I would have been sued.
Why did you pick Blake and not Kelly?
It's a good question. Honestly, I think because Blake has obviously made more moves in country. It is his genre. And although I love Kelly and she has been a huge influence in my life for music, it's just Blake really knew what I wanted. The way that he had spoke about me, he immediately heard that I sang an Avril Lavigne song, but his exact words were, "You're a rocker singing country," and he's like, "You like both, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to do both." And then I coined punktree. And he was like, "I love it." And he stood up in his chair and he just starts clapping. And he's like, "We need more girls like you." And he just knew, So I think that was the biggest reason why, was just because he could really see what I was going for when I sang my song.
Do you still talk with Blake at all?
No, we don't have any communication. Mm-mm. He doesn't really talk to many of the people. Usually it's the top 4 every once in a while he'll stay in touch with, but even then, a lot of the artists don't stay in communication personally with other people.
Okay.
Yeah, with the contestants.
What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I like to lift weights. I love to work out. I love the beach. I like to go shooting. I love guns and target practice. What else? I like wakeboarding a lot. Outdoor stuff, anything where I'm being active, and that's really it.
You are in Florida, so...
Exactly, it's perfect. I grew up, riding horses and being outside, and where I lived, we didn't have a lot around us, so it was always me kind of just digging holes and stuff.
I think that's all the questions that I have.
You're awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I didn't think when I looked you in, you and I would ever end up this way. I didn't know you'd let me down. Now and then on my skin, I feel the clouds break and the sun come out, but it's pouring after him.